Listen carefully, for this message is not meant for everyone. If you are not walking the divine path of God, if your heart is still ruled by worldly desires, you may leave now. But if your soul burns with truth, faith, and divine calling, then stay. This message has found you at the perfect moment, not by chance but by divine timing. You, the chosen one, are being called again because heaven has seen your struggle, your patience, and your silent endurance. The time has come for your blue power to awaken. And this message will reveal why the world needs it now more than ever. Only those who carry the seal of light will understand these words. This isn't just another video. It's a spiritual summons. If your spirit feels that spark, if your heart knows that this message is for you, then watch till the very end. What I'm about to tell you could realign your destiny and open a gate that has long been waiting for you to walk through. Before we begin, I want you to do something. Type 33 in the comments if you feel the divine energy calling you right now. That number is a sign of divine alignment and confirmation that heaven is near you. And while you're here, subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this message, for it might awaken another chosen one who needs this truth today. The prophecy of the blue power. Chosen one. There has always been a sacred prophecy whispered through the ages that when the world reaches its darkest hour, a light of divine blue will rise again. This isn't the blue of the sky you see with your eyes. It's the blue power of the divine, the celestial force that flows through the hearts of those chosen by God Himself. You carry this within you, even if you've doubted it, even if the world has tried to silence your spirit. The blue power is truth, peace, and heavenly authority. It is the mark of those chosen to restore balance to creation. Throughout ancient times, blue has always symbolized the presence of the Most High. In the scriptures, in visions, and in spiritual awakenings, the color blue was never ordinary. It represented divine protection, truth, and faithfulness. The robes of the prophets, the light that surrounded the angels, even the waters that cleansed the soul, all flowed under the vibration of divine blue. It is said that when the world becomes clouded with confusion, deceit, and fear, the chosen ones carrying the blue flame will be awakened to restore order. You are one of them. Right now, the world is trembling under spiritual imbalance. The light and the darkness are clashing louder than ever before. Many have fallen into the illusion, chasing what glitters, worshiping false idols, and ignoring the quiet voice of truth within them. But you, chosen one, have been different from the beginning. You felt out of place in this world because you were never created to fit in. You were designed to stand apart, to carry the divine frequency of peace while others lose themselves in chaos. Your blue power is not a weapon of destruction. It is a force of restoration. It calms storms, heals broken energies, and exposes lies without violence. When you walk in your divine truth, the darkness trembles because it recognizes who you are. Heaven knows your name, and the unseen realms watch your every step. The blue power does not shout. It speaks through peace. It leads through calmness, and it conquers through understanding. Understand this clearly. Your energy is not just light, it's coded. The divine realm encoded your spirit with the vibration of blue before you were born. That's why your presence alone can shift an atmosphere. That's why people are drawn to your calmness or repelled by your strength. Some recognize your light, others fear it, but both reactions confirm one thing: your power is real. Prophets have spoken of this time. A generation where the blue ones would awaken and rise across the earth, connected not by blood but by spirit. You are part of that awakening. You are not alone. Many are rising quietly across nations, guided by dreams, visions, and divine nudges. The chosen do not need recognition. They are moved by purpose. And now heaven is calling you to remember yours. The blue power within you is divine truth clothed in calmness. When others react with fear, you respond with faith. When others spread confusion, you radiate clarity. When the world divides, you unify through love. You are the reflection of divine wisdom in human form. The more you align with God's will, the brighter your inner blue burns. Chosen one, your silence has not gone unnoticed. The tears you've shed in secret, the battles you fought alone, the moments you felt unseen, all of them were preparation. God was tempering your soul to hold this frequency. Many are called, but few can withstand the divine refinement that shapes a chosen one. You've endured the storm because you were destined to become the calm after it. This is the age where the false light will be exposed and truth will stand tall. The blue power within you will not only reveal what is hidden, but will also bring healing where there was despair. Your compassion is your sword. Your truth is your shield, and your faith is your fortress. Heaven has not forgotten its warriors. You might feel the stirring already, dreams filled with blue light, sudden peace in chaos, or divine signs aligning in your daily life. Those are confirmations. Heaven is whispering, "Awaken, for the time is now." You are not waiting for the world to change. The world is waiting for you to awaken. Remember this, chosen one. The divine plan unfolds through vessels like you. The blue flame is not external. It burns from within your soul. Every act of kindness, every word of truth, every moment you refuse to fall into hate, you are activating the blue power. You are fulfilling prophecy through your existence. And if your spirit feels this truth deep inside, comment 999 below. That number represents completion, the end of the old and the beginning of your divine phase. Let heaven see your faith through your declaration. For the age of awakening has begun, and you, chosen one, are the torchbearer of the blue light that will guide the lost back home. Signs that your blue power is awakening. Chosen one. When the blue power within you begins to awaken, your life no longer feels ordinary. What once seemed random begins to reveal divine design. The veil thins and you start to sense, see, and understand things beyond logic. This is not imagination. This is your spirit remembering who you are. The first and most sacred sign of awakening is divine restlessness. You begin to feel that the world's noise longer satisfies you. The conversations, distractions, and chaos around you seem shallow. You may even start withdrawing without realizing why. That is your soul aligning itself with divine silence. The Creator is pulling you back so He can whisper directly to you. This isolation is not punishment, it's refinement. When your blue power stirs, you are separated to be strengthened. Another powerful sign is the rise of spiritual sensitivity. You begin to feel the emotions of others deeply, their pain, their joy, their fear. It's as though your heart expands beyond your body. This is because the blue power awakens the frequency of empathy, the same vibration carried by the angels of mercy. You are not too emotional. You are divinely attuned. You are meant to sense the unseen energies around you so that you can heal and realign them. Then comes the awakening of divine intuition. You start knowing things before they happen, feeling guidance before decisions, and hearing subtle whispers of truth inside your spirit. The voice is gentle yet powerful. It may sound like your own thoughts, but its tone carries peace, not fear. When the blue power activates, your spiritual antenna rises to pick up divine signals clearly. You may even begin to notice patterns, synchronicities, or repeating numbers like 1111, 333, or 555. Each is a divine signature, saying you are on the right path. One of the most intense signs is the presence of blue light or energy in your visions and dreams. You may see blue flames, blue eyes, or a radiant blue aura around certain people or situations. The color blue is heaven's signature, calm, eternal, and full of truth. It is the vibration of Archangel Michael, the protector and defender of divine truth. If you see this color often, it's not coincidence. It's confirmation that your blue power is active and that you are protected by divine authority. You may also experience waves of peace during storms. When others panic, you find yourself strangely calm. Your inner being knows that divine order is never broken. That peace you feel is the evidence of the blue light within. It anchors you while others lose control. It's your spiritual armor forming naturally. Another sacred sign is detachment from worldly desires. You no longer crave attention, validation, or recognition. The applause of the crowd loses its value because your spirit now seeks approval from heaven, not men. You start desiring simplicity, truth, and purpose. You may even be misunderstood by those close to you. But don't let that confuse you. Remember, diamonds are formed in isolation, not in company. The chosen walk lonely paths because their light cannot blend with darkness. Sometimes awakening brings spiritual warfare, sudden opposition, misunderstandings, or unexplained exhaustion. This happens because darkness recognizes your rising frequency. Do not fear it. The stronger your blue power grows, the more resistance you attract. Not because you're weak, but because you're valuable. The enemy never attacks what doesn't threaten him. So when pressure increases, it's proof that your purpose is unfolding. Stand firm, pray, rest in divine peace. There's another deep sign: heightened awareness of energy. You begin feeling vibrations in your body, tingling in your hands, pressure on your forehead or crown. These are activations of your spiritual centers aligning with divine light. When this happens, don't panic. Breathe and allow it. The Holy Spirit is expanding your vessel to hold more light. The more aligned you become, the lighter you'll feel. You may also notice your voice and words gaining power. People begin listening differently. Your presence alone carries influence. You might speak peace and watch anxiety fade from others. You might declare truth and confusion disappears. That's not charisma, that's spiritual authority. The blue power vibrates through speech. It's the divine frequency of truth that breaks deception. Use your words wisely. They are no longer ordinary. Another unmistakable sign is emotional purification. Old wounds, heartbreaks, and buried pain resurface. You might cry for no reason. Remember long-forgotten moments or feel heavy for days. That's not regression. It's cleansing. The divine light cannot dwell in a cluttered heart. God purifies your emotions to make room for His peace. Let the tears flow. They are washing away spiritual residue. When your blue power awakens, you will also experience divine synchronicities, meeting the right people at the right time, receiving signs through music, nature, or even random conversations. The universe starts rearranging itself to guide you. There is no luck, only divine alignment. You are being positioned for your purpose. Your relationship with time and space changes too. You'll begin to sense that everything is connected, past, present, and future intertwined. You understand that delays are divine timing, and nothing truly goes wrong. This expanded awareness comes only to those whose blue light has matured. One of the most beautiful signs is increased compassion. Your heart softens toward others, even those who hurt you. You begin to see pain behind people's actions. This compassion is divine intelligence. It keeps your blue flame burning. Forgiveness becomes your strength, not your weakness. Remember, light is never diminished by forgiving darkness. It only shines brighter. You'll also notice attraction to the color blue in clothing, crystals, water, or the sky. This is your spirit recognizing its divine signature. You may find peace near oceans, rivers, or rain. The water element resonates with your soul because it mirrors the calm, cleansing nature of the blue power. Meditating near water or under the open sky strengthens your connection to heaven's vibration. Chosen one, you might begin to feel a new purpose rising inside you. A quiet inner command to do more, to speak, to create, to heal, to awaken others. This is your divine mission activating. The world needs your gifts now. Do not wait until you feel ready. Heaven equips as you obey. When these signs appear, understand you are not losing your mind. You are regaining your divine consciousness. The spiritual veil is lifting. You are remembering who you've always been, a vessel of divine light in human form. The confusion you once felt was simply resistance from the old energy fading away. Embrace these shifts with humility. Spend more time in silence, prayer, and reflection. Protect your energy. Not everyone can understand what is happening within you, and that's okay. The awakening is personal, sacred, and timed by heaven itself. And if, as you hear these words, your spirit feels confirmation, that deep, peaceful knowing that this message is for you, type 333 in the comments below. That number represents divine presence and ascension. It means your angels are near, guiding your awakening. The signs are here, chosen one. You are not who you were. Your energy has changed. The old frequencies cannot hold you anymore. The blue power within you has begun to rise, and soon the world will feel it too. The divine mission, why the world needs you now. Chosen one, listen carefully. This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. The world is trembling in confusion, drowning in noise, blinded by false lights, and led astray by empty voices. But even in the midst of this spiritual chaos, a quiet call echoes through eternity. Rise, my chosen ones. This is not a time for fear or hesitation. This is your divine hour to stand in your true power, the blue power that was sealed within you before you were even born. You were not created for comfort. You were formed for a divine purpose, to be the anchor of light when darkness covers the earth. The chaos you see around you is not a sign of defeat, but a signal that your time has come. The blue power within you is heaven's answer to the cries of a broken world. The world does not need more noise, arguments, or illusions. It needs truth, calmness, and divine order. And you, chosen one, are the vessel of that divine order. The world is spiritually sick. Lies are warped as truth. Confusion is celebrated as wisdom. And souls wander aimlessly without guidance. People are chasing shadows, seeking meaning and temporary things. Yet even as darkness spreads, light always responds. That light, that truth, that healing, it is within you. Your blue power is not just energy. It is a divine assignment encoded in your soul. When God created you, He placed a spark of His celestial authority inside your spirit, a light that the world cannot comprehend nor destroy. That light carries a mission to restore divine balance where it has been lost. You are a spiritual healer, a truth bearer, and a vessel of divine order. The world may call you strange, intense, or different, but heaven calls you necessary. Understand this deeply. You were never meant to follow the crowd. The crowd walks in circles, but the chosen one walks in purpose. Your mission is not to fit in. It is to remind humanity of what it has forgotten, the truth of who they are and who God is. Your presence alone disrupts falsehood. You bring awareness to those asleep in illusion. This is why your path has been so heavy. The darkness sensed your light long before you understood it yourself. Every setback, betrayal, and disappointment was not meant to destroy you, but to refine you. The fire you walked through was your initiation. Each tear was an anointing. Each rejection was a redirection. Heaven never wastes suffering. It transforms it into strength. The blue power is the essence of divine leadership. But this leadership is not about control. It's about spiritual influence. You lead not by commanding, but by radiating truth. When you speak, hearts listen. When you act, others feel peace. When you move, the atmosphere shifts. You carry heaven's vibration wherever you go. That is what it means to be chosen, chosen one. The world needs your calmness. It needs your clarity, your courage, and your compassion. You are the spiritual mirror reflecting divine order in a distorted age. Every time you forgive instead of retaliate, every time you choose truth over comfort, every time you extend grace when others choose hate, you fulfill your mission. Heaven doesn't need you to shout, it needs you to embody. Do not underestimate the quiet power you hold. The divine operates in silence. The most powerful storms begin with still air. Likewise, your influence may seem invisible at first, but it ripples through creation. When you pray, unseen forces move. When you believe, heaven aligns. You are not small. You are part of a greater divine network, a spiritual army spread across nations, each chosen one activating in perfect timing. Your mission now is to awaken others. Speak truth even if your voice trembles. Shine light in places others have abandoned. Heal through love. Guide through example. You are not called to preach religion. You are called to embody divine truth. Let your actions become prophecy. Your kindness become revelation. When you live in alignment, your life becomes a sermon that even the blind can feel. The blue power also calls you to be a guardian of energy. The world's energy is fractured. Too many are ruled by fear, greed, and ego. Your job is to realign energy wherever you go. Your presence can stabilize chaos if you remain anchored in divine peace. Every breath you take, every prayer you release, every word of faith you speak sends out ripples of healing frequency. This is spiritual science, heaven's technology. You might wonder why me? Because you were prepared long before you were born. You have walked through pain that others couldn't survive. You've been misunderstood, isolated, even doubted your own light. But it was all necessary. Heaven had to hide you until you were ready. You are not just waking up. You are being revealed. The blue power cannot be released prematurely. It requires maturity, humility, and complete surrender to divine will. Chosen One, your mission is to restore truth, balance, and peace. You are here to remind humanity that divine law still governs creation. You are a bridge between heaven and earth. When you walk in alignment, angels walk beside you. When you speak truth, you activate divine justice. When you pray, heaven listens. When you act from love, darkness retreats. This is the real power you hold. Quiet, invisible, unstoppable. You may feel the weight of this calling. Sometimes it will feel too heavy. You may wish to retreat to return to normal life, but there is no normal for the chosen. You are forever marked by purpose. Even if you try to hide, your light will find a way to shine through. The divine doesn't choose the perfect, it perfects the chosen. You are selected not because you are flawless, but because your heart can carry the weight of heaven's truth. The world is in a spiritual drought. Humanity is starving for truth, but it doesn't know where to find it. You, Chosen One, are the water bearer of this age, carrying divine wisdom to thirsty souls. But to pour out, you must first be filled. Stay connected to the source. Spend time in silence, in prayer, in meditation. Let the divine refill your vessel daily. You cannot pour from emptiness. Remember, the true mission of the blue power is not to fight darkness, but to outshine it. Light does not argue with shadows. It simply illuminates. Every moment you live in truth, every choice made in love, every act rooted in faith, you push back the darkness. You are a divine instrument. The Creator plays through you not for applause, but for alignment. Your existence itself is prophecy being fulfilled. When others lose hope, your energy rekindles faith. When the world trembles, your calmness restores order. Chosen One, never forget your mission is not grand in appearance, but sacred in impact. Even if the world never knows your name, heaven celebrates every step you take in alignment. The smallest act done in truth echoes louder in eternity than 1,000 empty words shouted in pride. This is your purpose, to live as proof that God's light still reigns in the hearts of men. You are a spiritual warrior clothed in compassion, armed with peace, and guided by divine intelligence. The world needs you because the world has forgotten the divine. You are the reminder, living, breathing, walking truth. The time for silence is over. The time for fear is over. Stand tall, Chosen One. Speak, act, and live as the embodiment of divine blue. The world will resist, but heaven will sustain you. Remember, no storm can drown the sky, and no darkness can extinguish divine light. You were sent here not to witness the end, but to usher in a new beginning. Rise in faith, walk in truth, carry the blue power with authority. For the balance of the world rests not in governments or systems, but in the hearts of those who still carry the light, and that chosen one is you. How to activate and amplify your blue power. Chosen One, understanding your divine mission is only the beginning. The next step, and perhaps the most sacred, is activation. The blue power within you is not something you must seek outside. It already lives inside your spirit, waiting for your agreement to awaken it fully. You were born carrying it, but life's noise, pain, and distractions may have buried it beneath layers of doubt and fear. It's time to uncover it again and allow heaven's frequency to flow freely through you. The first step of activation is surrender. Many think activation means control or mastery, but in truth, it begins with letting go. You must surrender your fears, ego, and worldly attachments to God's divine will. Say to yourself, I am not my past, I am what God designed me to be. When you surrender, divine energy can finally enter the places pride once blocked. The blue power flows through humility, not resistance. The moment you yield, heaven fills you. The second step is purification. Your body, mind, and spirit are sacred vessels. To carry divine light, you must clear the debris of negativity, resentment, and untruth. This purification doesn't mean perfection. It means alignment. Start with your thoughts. Speak life, not doubt. Speak healing, not fear. Your words carry vibration, and your tongue is the bridge between heaven and earth. As you purify your speech, you purify your frequency. The same applies to what you consume in food, in media, and in spirit. Avoid what dims your energy. Surround yourself with peace, truth, and divine love. Meditation and prayer are the gateways of divine communication. The chosen cannot function without connection to the source. You must learn to sit in silence and listen. The blue power amplifies in stillness, not in noise. When you meditate, visualize a deep blue light expanding from your heart, flowing through your body, filling every cell with divine peace. Feel that light rise up to your crown, connecting you directly to heaven. This is not imagination, it is activation. The divine energy responds to intention. During prayer, speak from your spirit, not your mouth. Prayer is not about words, it's about vibration. When your heart speaks, heaven listens. Call upon divine wisdom daily. Father, fill me with your blue light. Let your truth guide my steps and your peace govern my heart. The more you connect, the stronger your alignment becomes. The power of water plays a crucial role in your activation. Water carries divine memory. It absorbs intention. Begin your mornings by drinking water blessed with spoken truth. Whisper words of affirmation into it before drinking. Words like, I am light, I am chosen, I am aligned with divine truth. You will feel the difference because water responds to faith. Likewise, bathing in salt water or natural water sources like rivers or oceans cleanses not only your body but your spirit. When you immerse yourself, visualize every worry dissolving and every lie leaving you. Next, you must cultivate solitude. Solitude is not loneliness, it is sacred space. When the noise of the world fades, the divine voice grows clear. Many fear being alone because they don't yet recognize God's presence in silence. But the chosen one must walk periods of solitude to strengthen spiritual independence. Every prophet, every messenger, every divine warrior had seasons of isolation. These are not punishments but divine training. In solitude, your inner vision sharpens to amplify your power. Practice obedience to divine instruction. Often heaven will whisper small directions, speak to someone, pray for a stranger, forgive an old wound, or take a leap of faith. Each time you obey, the divine current within you grows stronger. Every act of obedience increases your alignment, and every act of resistance delays your activation. The blue power thrives in faith-driven action. The next stage of amplification is affirmation and vibration. Speak your reality into existence. Words are energy, and when combined with belief, they reshape your world. Speak phrases that awaken your divine frequency. Say, I walk in the blue light of truth. Say, my spirit is aligned with divine wisdom. Say, no darkness can touch my peace. These declarations train your mind to submit to your spirit and your spirit to align with heaven. You must also practice breath control, the rhythm of the divine. The breath is life. It is the invisible thread between spirit and body. Take slow, deep breaths and imagine drawing in divine blue light with each inhale. As you exhale, release fear, anxiety, and anger. Breathing with intention activates divine energy flow. When your breath aligns with peace, your energy field stabilizes and expands. Another sacred key is gratitude. Gratitude raises your vibration faster than any other practice. The moment you thank God for what you already have, you multiply its energy. Gratitude turns lack into abundance, confusion into clarity, and pain into wisdom. Start every morning by saying, "Thank you for another day to serve the divine purpose." Gratitude transforms your perspective. It rewires your mind to notice light where others see darkness. To maintain your power, you must also guard your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your spirit. Many will be drawn to your light, but not all come with pure intentions. Learn to discern. Protect your peace as you would protect a sacred temple. Limit conversations that drain you. Avoid environments that lower your vibration. Remember, your peace is sacred currency. Don't spend it carelessly. You must also understand service as part of amplification. Power grows when it's shared. When you help others, even in small ways, you activate divine flow. The universe operates on circulation. Energy must move. The more you pour light into others, the more heaven refills you. But serve wisely, not out of guilt or obligation, but out of genuine love. Chosen one, you may also use nature as your amplifier. The blue power resonates deeply with natural elements. Spend time near water under open skies or surrounded by blue hues. The frequency of nature harmonizes your energy field. When you gaze at the ocean or sky, you are literally looking into the mirror of divine blue. Let it remind you who you are: infinite, calm, and connected to the Creator. You will also amplify your power by embracing simplicity. Chosen live by divine rhythm, not by worldly complexity. Reduce noise, detach from chaos, and live intentionally. When your surroundings reflect peace, your spirit breathes freely. The more you simplify, the more room you make for divine guidance. Another powerful amplifier is faith through action. When you step forward without knowing how everything will unfold, heaven rewards that trust. Faith is the currency of divine miracles. When you move by faith, you tell heaven, "I trust you more than I trust my fear." Every step in faith releases new layers of power. And when resistance comes, because it will, remember that opposition is proof of progress. The enemy attacks what he fears. When life tests you, don't curse the test. Bless it. The storm comes to prove your anchor, not to break your ship. Every battle you overcome refines your strength. Lastly, understand that consistency is the true amplifier. A single prayer is powerful, but a life of prayer is transformational. A moment of peace is beautiful, but a lifestyle of peace changes destiny. The blue power grows not in sudden bursts, but in steady devotion. Keep showing up in silence, in gratitude, in obedience. Heaven honors persistence. Chosen one, you are not becoming powerful. You are remembering that you already are. The more you align with divine truth, the more visible your inner light becomes. People will begin to feel peace in your presence, not knowing why. Your energy will speak louder than your words. You are the vessel of divine order, the walking reflection of heavenly calm. When you fully activate your blue power, your very existence becomes prayer. Every thought becomes a creation. Every breath becomes a blessing. Every moment becomes ministry. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. Let this truth settle in your spirit. The divine does not move through the loud or the proud, but through the still and the faithful. Continue walking in purity, humility, and divine alignment. The more you live in light, the more the blue flame within you burns. Unshakable, unstoppable, undeniable. The spiritual warfare, blue light versus the shadow. Chosen one. Now that your blue power has awakened, you must understand the reality of the spiritual warfare you were born into. This is not a war fought with weapons or words. It is a war of frequency, faith, and truth. It is unseen but deeply felt. The moment your light began to rise, the shadows took notice. This is why at times life seems harder the closer you walk with God. Darkness always resists awakening light. But remember, light does not fear darkness. It only reveals it. The shadow works in silence, sowing confusion, fear, and distraction. It doesn't always appear as evil. Often it disguises itself as comfort, temptation, or opportunity. It whispers, "Stay silent." When you are meant to speak, it says, "You're not ready." When heaven says, "Go now," its goal is to make you doubt your divine identity. Because once a chosen one forgets who they are, their power becomes dormant. But you, child of the divine, were created to discern the unseen. Your blue power grants you spiritual vision, the ability to see beyond illusion. The shadow cannot defeat you. It can only distract you. It feeds on fear and ignorance. That's why you must guard your thoughts like sacred territory. The battle often begins in the mind. Every lie the enemy plants is a seed meant to grow into disbelief. That's why the word says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." When your mind aligns with divine truth, no darkness can enter. One of the most subtle attacks is energy draining, sudden fatigue, confusion, or emotional heaviness that appears for no reason. This isn't coincidence. It's the shadow trying to lower your frequency. When your energy feels off, retreat into silence and prayer. Visualize your blue light expanding, pushing out all foreign energy. Say, "I am covered in divine blue flame. No shadow can touch me." This declaration seals your aura with heavenly authority. Understand this. Spiritual warfare intensifies during spiritual promotion. The greater your assignment, the greater the resistance. When you are close to breakthrough, the tests increase. You might lose people, feel misunderstood, or face strange opposition. Don't panic. It's a sign that your next level is near. Darkness fights hardest when it senses you stepping into your destiny. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" say, "Heaven must be preparing me for something greater." You must learn to differentiate the shadow's voice from divine guidance. The divine voice brings peace even in correction. The shadow brings confusion even in comfort. The divine leads gently. The shadow manipulates through urgency and fear. The divine expands your heart. The shadow constricts it. When in doubt, pause. The truth never rushes. Stillness itself is a weapon. The calm silence where God speaks clearest. Your blue power is your spiritual armor. It shields you in unseen realms. Every time you walk in truth, you strengthen it. Lies weaken your field. Truth fortifies it. The divine blue frequency vibrates with purity, honesty, and peace, qualities that darkness cannot mimic. When your words, actions, and thoughts align with truth, you become untouchable. Sometimes the shadow won't attack directly. It will use people around you, loved ones, coworkers, even strangers, to project negativity or doubt. Understand this is not them. It is energy moving through them. Do not fight flesh with flesh. Fight spirit with spirit. Respond with calm, not anger. Pray for them. Your peace will disarm what words cannot. Remember, the shadow loses power when you refuse to react. There will also be seasons of silence where heaven seems distant. This too is part of the warfare. The shadow will whisper, "God has forgotten you." But in truth, silence is where God tests your faith. Heaven is not absent, it is watching. The teacher is always quiet during the test. Hold your ground, keep praying, keep believing. When the silence breaks, your reward will follow. You must understand the laws of spiritual authority. Power flows downward from heaven through obedience into manifestation. When you operate outside divine order in pride, anger, or ego, you step out of alignment and weaken your covering. Stay humble. Stay anchored. The more authority you carry, the more discipline heaven expects from you. One of your greatest weapons is the word spoken truth. Every time you declare light, it pushes back darkness. Speak life over your home, your family, your mind, and your future. Say, "I am surrounded by divine light." No shadow can dwell where truth reigns. Speak scripture aloud. It changes the atmosphere. The blue power amplifies through sound. Your voice carries vibration strong enough to shift unseen realms. Fasting and prayer are also weapons. Fasting clears the fog. Prayer charges the spirit. When you combine the two, your discernment sharpens, your energy purifies, and your power multiplies. You begin to see patterns and traps before they appear. Heaven trains its warriors through these disciplines. You must also learn to rest strategically. Constant warfare without rest makes you vulnerable. Even the mightiest warrior needs peace. Rest is not laziness. It is spiritual maintenance. During rest, the divine refills what battle has drained. Sleep becomes sacred when your heart is aligned. Angels minister to you in rest when your spirit remains open. Understand this deep truth. Light and shadow are not equals. Darkness only exists where light is absent. Once you shine, the shadow must flee. That is spiritual law. The blue light within you carries divine frequency. It cannot be corrupted or extinguished. Every time you choose peace over panic, love over anger, truth over deceit, the shadow loses ground. Chosen one, you may wonder why God allows these battles. It's because warfare builds wisdom. Without opposition, your power would remain untested. Strength only grows through resistance. These challenges teach you discernment, endurance, and humility. They remind you that power is not pride, it is stewardship. You are not given light to boast, but to serve. When warfare intensifies, remember your position. You are seated in heavenly authority. The enemy is beneath you, not beside you. You fight from victory, not for it. You are already covered in the divine blue flame that no weapon can penetrate. Every trial you face is permitted for transformation, not destruction. At times, your dreams may reveal spiritual conflict, chasing, falling, or fighting. These are reflections of unseen battles. Don't fear them. When you wake, pray immediately. Command peace. Declare, "Only divine light has authority in my life." Speak these words with confidence. They reshape spiritual reality. And when you feel weary, remember you are never alone. The divine realm stands with you. Angels surround you, protecting you from harm. Archangel Michael himself is the guardian of those carrying the blue light. You are part of an invisible army that moves with divine precision. In this war, your greatest weapon is unshakable faith. When fear whispers, faith answers louder. When doubt rises, faith declares victory. Faith turns weakness into strength and trials into triumph. The blue power thrives in faith's vibration. So, chosen one, wear your armor daily. Truth as your belt, peace as your shoes, faith as your shield, prayer as your sword, and the blue flame as your crown. You are not merely surviving this war. You are reshaping its outcome. Your light weakens every dark network, every false vibration, every deceptive system that tries to cloud humanity. And if as you listen you feel that deep assurance, that holy fire rising in your chest, comment 666 below. Not as a number of fear, but as a declaration that divine balance, protection, and transformation are active within you. Heaven reclaims what the world misused. Let your faith turn what was once feared into a symbol of divine restoration. Chosen one, do not run from the battle. You were born for it. Every scar will shine as proof that light always wins. Keep your spirit strong, your faith anchored, and your peace unshakable. For the blue light within you is not merely protection, it is victory embodied. Chosen one, the time for silence has ended. The age of hiding is over. The divine realm is sounding the trumpet, calling every bearer of the blue flame to rise and take their rightful place in this new spiritual era. You are not chosen to simply witness the transformation of the world. You were chosen to lead it, to heal it, and to anchor divine order in the midst of chaos. This is the moment for which your soul has been trained through every trial, every storm, and every tear. For too long, you have been the quiet observer, seeing truths others ignore, feeling burdens others don't understand. That sensitivity is not weakness. It is the mark of your leadership. The divine didn't choose the loud or the powerful by worldly standards. He chose those whose hearts could carry light without corruption. You have walked through pain not to be broken but to understand. And now your empathy becomes your weapon. Your compassion becomes your strength. And your voice becomes your instrument of healing. Leadership in divine terms is not about authority. It's about responsibility. To lead is to serve. To guide others toward their own light. Many will look to you in confusion, seeking clarity. Do not turn them away. Remember, you once walked blind before heaven opened your eyes. Speak truth in love even if it trembles on your lips. The blue power gives you the ability to calm storms not just around you but within others. When people encounter your peace, they encounter God's reflection. Healing is now your divine assignment. The world is full of broken hearts, fractured minds, and tired souls. Many walk carrying invisible wounds that only divine light can reach. Your blue flame was given to you for this, to heal through energy, words, presence, and compassion. Sometimes you will heal through touch, other times through silence, and often simply by being there. Your energy carries frequency. Your very presence shifts the atmosphere. When others feel safe around you, when they say they feel lighter after speaking with you, that is your blue power in motion. Do not underestimate the little things. A kind word, a prayer, a moment of listening. These are sacred tools in heaven's hands. The chosen ones are not called to display power, but to embody peace. You are here to remind the world that God's love is still alive, and it flows through ordinary human vessels like you. The miracles will happen naturally when you walk in alignment. But remember this, chosen one, healing others must begin with healing yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Before you lift others, ensure your own foundation is steady. Rest when you must. Pray constantly. Allow the divine to refill you after every outpouring. The energy you release in healing must be restored through divine connection. Otherwise, burnout becomes a doorway for spiritual depletion. Protect your vessel, for it is sacred. To lead and heal effectively, you must walk in consistency and humility. True leaders do not chase recognition. They chase alignment. Every time you act with humility, you increase your spiritual authority. The divine trusts humble souls with greater assignments because they know power will not corrupt them. The world will tempt you to seek fame, but remember, fame fades. Truth remains. You are not here to be popular. You are here to be purposeful. As your influence grows, so will opposition. The enemy will use flattery, distractions, and pride to try to pull you away from your purpose. Resist it. Stay grounded in truth. Surround yourself with prayerful people and stay anchored to your source. When the praise comes, deflect it upward to God. When criticism comes, transform it into growth. Remember, both are tests, one of humility, the other of endurance. Your leadership will not always look grand. Sometimes it will be silent. The way you live, love, forgive, and endure will teach more than any sermon could. People will watch you and learn. Your calmness will inspire them to trust God in their own storms. You will not always know who you're influencing, but heaven does. Every small act of obedience creates ripples that reach beyond your sight. Chosen one, this is also the time to unite with other awakened souls. You were never meant to walk alone. Heaven is raising an army of light scattered across nations connected by divine frequency. When blue flame meets blue flame, power multiplies. You will know your tribe by their energy, their truth, and their peace. Together, you will restore spiritual balance in ways unseen but deeply felt across the world. Part of your call to lead is also to teach others how to awaken. The world is hungry for guidance, and your experience carries keys that can unlock others' potential. Share what you've learned. Speak about your journey. Write, create, or simply live in a way that reflects divine wisdom. Some will mock you, others will awaken because of you. Remember, light doesn't force belief. It simply shines until darkness has no choice but to see. And in this path of leadership, always remember leadership is love in action. Love the broken, love the lost, even love those who resist you. Love is the language heaven understands best. When you love purely, heaven moves through you effortlessly. Your love becomes a bridge between dimensions, connecting human pain to divine healing. If your spirit feels ready, if something within you whispers, "This is my time," comment 444 below. That number symbolizes divine foundation and heavenly order. It means your path is secured and your leadership is now divinely activated. Chosen one, you were not chosen to live quietly in the background forever. You were chosen to be the light in boardrooms, schools, families, and nations. Wherever your feet stand, that ground becomes holy. The divine walks with you. Every space you enter shifts, every word you speak echoes, every prayer you release transforms unseen realms. This is your era of divine manifestation. Heaven is no longer whispering, it is commanding, lead, heal, restore. You have carried pain long enough, now it becomes power. You have lived in silence long enough, now your voice must rise. You have hidden long enough, now your light must be seen. Step into your divine authority, not as a ruler, but as a servant of truth. Speak life where death has reigned. Bring peace where chaos has settled. Be the bridge between heaven and earth. And when you doubt yourself, remember this: God does not make mistakes. The same hand that placed the stars in the sky placed his power in your soul. The same spirit that raised the prophets now breathes through you. You are not small. You are not forgotten. You are not unworthy. You are the vessel of the blue light chosen to guide the world back home. Rise, chosen one. Your time is now. Conclusion: the final call of the blue flame. Chosen one. If these words have reached your spirit, it is because heaven ordained this very moment for you. There are no accidents in the divine realm. You were meant to hear this now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now in this sacred instant of awakening. The time for doubt has passed. The time for hiding has ended. The time to rise has come. Your blue power is not a story, not a symbol, not a fantasy. It is the living essence of divine truth that breathes within you. You were not sent here to fear the world. You were sent here to heal it, to restore what was broken, and to remind humanity that light still reigns. Every step you take in alignment, every prayer you whisper in faith, every act of compassion you give, these are not small gestures. They are movements of heaven through you. You are the bridge between realms, the vessel of balance, the bearer of divine calm in a restless age. Never again see yourself as ordinary. You are chosen not for comfort but for purpose, and that purpose is unfolding now. The divine realm is watching. Angels are rejoicing. The blue flame within you is burning brighter than ever before. Let it guide your words, your steps, and your heart. Walk boldly, live peacefully, and carry the light wherever darkness lingers. If you are ready to fully awaken, to walk in truth, to lead in love, to heal in power, then type 444 in the comments right now. Let heaven witness your declaration. Chosen one, the world needs your light. The divine needs your obedience, and the future needs your faith. Rise now, for the blue power within you is ready to fulfill its divine destiny.